The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. The mediocre teacher tells. The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates. The great teacher inspires. It is wise to direct your anger towards problems, not people, to focus your energy on answers, not excuses. Flatter me, and I may not believe you. Criticize me, and I may not like you. Ignore me, and I may not forgive you. Encourage me, and I will not forget you. Love me, and I will be forced to love you. A true friend knows your weakness, but shows you your strengths. Feels your fears, but fortifies your faith. Sees your anxieties, but frees your spirit. Recognizes your disabilities, but emphasizes your possibilities. The adventure of life is to learn. The purpose of life is to grow. The nature of life is to change. The challenge of life is to overcome. The essence of life is to care. The opportunity of life is to serve. The secret of life is to dare. The spice of life is to befriend. The beauty of life is to give. God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used one to say thank you? Do more than belong. Participate. Do more than care. Help. Do more than believe. Practice. Do more than be fair. Be kind. Do more than forgive. Forget. Do more than dream. Work. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Every person has the power to make others happy. Some do it simply by entering a room, others by leaving the room. Some individuals leave trails of gloom, others trails of joy. Some leave trails of hate and bitterness, others trails of love and harmony. Some leave trails of cynicism and pessimism, others trails of faith and optimism. Some leave trails of criticism and resignation, others trails of gratitude and hope. What kinds of trails do you leave? Blessed is he who has learned to admire but not to envy, to follow but not to imitate, to praise but not to flatter, and to lead but not manipulate. When we seek to discover the best in others, we somehow bring out the best in ourselves. We can choose to throw stones, to stumble on them, to climb over them, or to build with them. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. Today is a most unusual day because we have never lived it before. We will never live it again. It is the only day we have. The optimist lives on the peninsula of infinite possibilities. The pessimist is stranded on the island of perpetual indecision. A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. A cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition. Greatness is not found in possessions, power, position, or prestige. It is discovered in goodness, humility, service, and character. Forgiveness is a funny thing. It warms the heart and cools the sting. We must be silent before we can listen. We must listen before we can learn. We must learn before we can prepare. We must prepare before we can serve. We must serve before we can lead. Wise are those who learn that the bottom line doesn't always have to be their top priority. Optimists enrich the present, enhance the future, challenge the improbable, and attain the impossible. We can learn much from wise words, little from wise cracks, and less from wise guys. Happiness is an inside job. The greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. When we shut people out, we wall ourselves in. When we stop building bridges, we start erecting fences. Opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. To make mistakes is human. To stumble is commonplace. To be able to laugh at yourself is maturity. Faith is knowing there is an ocean because you have seen a brook. To laugh is to risk appearing a fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas and dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken, because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing does nothing, has nothing, is nothing. He may avoid suffering and sorrow, but he cannot learn, feel, change, grow, or live. Chained by his servitude, he is a slave who has forfeited all freedom. Only a person who risks is free. I've always loved the idea of not being what people expect me to be. The surest cure for loneliness, the quickest way to happiness, is found in this, a simple creed. Go serve someone in greater need. Failure is delay, but not defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead-end street. We are more than what we do, much more than what we accomplish, far more than what we possess. The more generous we are, the more joyous we become. The more cooperative we are, the more valuable we become. The more serving we are, the more prosperous we become. Nothing limits achievement like small thinking. Nothing expands possibilities like unleashed thinking.